I'll tell you, men and women were asked what would be a deal breaker for going on a second date, and men named 3 things.
Ding, 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 ding. Pretty simple.
Right. Okay, reasonable, right? The women came back with 300 things.
Wow, that was depressing.
Ah, damn, you can't make this stuff up. Rayce, Bannon here. We are back. The female author that you see that wrote that book and all of her research, guys, that's from over 10 years ago. You think it's still the same, or has it gotten worse? And guys, before I show you the rest of this woman's research and her interview, let me preface this. I'm not here to bash women. I'm here to help guys who still want to date women to be more successful. And to do that, men have to stop trying to understand women. What men need to do is understand female nature and accept it for the way it is. Just surrender to it mentally. It's like surrendering to the fact the sun comes up in the morning. Surrendering to the fact that daytime is followed by nighttime. If you do that, the chances of you being successful in life and having success with women, it increases vastly, exponentially so. Remember to subscribe to the channel, knock the notification bell, and let's see what this woman has to say.
Help us here. Lori is here. She is the author of Marry Him, making the case for settling for Mr. Good Enough. Lori, look, feel my pain for a second. There are a lot of lonely men out here who are good guys. But women and this list, it's maddening. Make the argument at the center of your book, please.
Okay, I'm not telling anybody to settle for somebody that they're not totally in love with or physically attracted to or anything like that. The book is based on a survey where men and women were asked if they got 80% of everything they want in their ideal mate, would they be happy with that? And women said, no, that's settling. And men said, 80%, I'd be thrilled, that's a catch. And so
80% to the women you surveyed is settling?
Guys, if you have 80% of the qualities she's looking for, and that's not enough, do you think if you had 100% of the qualities, that would be good enough? Or would it be good enough for one day? Because the next day, the quality she wants differs. Who files for divorce about 80% of the time? Females. They change their mind. So guys, if you pedestalize a woman and you make her the main focal point of your happiness, you will fail. You will be frustrated and she will be unhappy with you. But if you make yourself the top priority and you are happy, if the woman is on your program, she's going to be happy and you'll both be happy. If she's not on your program, she's going to leave, but you'll still be happy.
To the women you surveyed is settling?
That's settling because, the question is, what actually makes us happy in long-term romantic love? And, that's the question that I explore in the book. And I'm a journalist, so I went out and I asked neurobiologists about chemistry, and I asked behavioral economists about demographics, and I asked marital researchers and divorce lawyers.
What did they say?
And, the thing is, we're too picky about the things that don't matter at all for long-term romantic happiness, but we're not picky enough about the things that actually do matter.
Okay, so break that out for me. What are women? It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple with men. Come on. What are women too picky about here?
The bill?
White collar, college grad. Loves dogs, likes funny movies. 6'1", brown hair, kind eyes. Works in finance, but is outdoorsy, on the weekends. I always imagined he'd have a single syllable name, like Matt or John or Dave. In a perfect world, he drives a 4Runner, and the only thing he loves more than me is his golden lab.
Well, I'll tell you, men and women were asked what would be a deal breaker for going on a second date, and men named 3 things. They said she has to be cute enough. She doesn't have to look like Angelina Jolie. She just has to be cute enough. She has to be warm and kind, and she has to be interesting to talk to. Those seem like really valid criteria.
Ding, 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 ding. Pretty simple.
Right. Okay, reasonable, right? The women came back with 300 things that would rule out a guy for a second date. And we're talking about like another 2 hours and maybe a free dinner.
All right, guys, are you getting a little more insight into female nature? And did you catch that woman's last few words? Another free dinner? Do not take a woman to dinner on the very first meeting. It's very simpish, very mangina-ish. Do you want to spend $100, $150, $250 on a dinner in a couple of hours with a woman who's boring as hell? That's what that first date, that first meetup is for. Do you gel? Is she funny? Is she interesting? Is she fun? Or is she boring as hell? And there are women out there who do use men for meal tickets for free dinners. Not all women. I'm not saying all women do this, but there's a high enough percentage who do. And if women in general tell you there's no women who do that, they are lying to you. So remember, guys, in the words of In Vogue,